back to this next episode. We're going to be looking at consumption function. In the last episode, we looked at the break-even analysis or cost-to-volume analysis. So today we're going to be looking at the consumption function. The consumption function is denoted by C is equal to A plus B y D. The consumption function is a technique used to estimate or establish the consumption level, the consumption expenditure, the disposable income. It relates all those to come out with something. How do you consume? What is your disposable income? So that is the use of the consumption function, and we can define these terms as C is the consumer's expenditure, A is the expenditure, level of expenditure when no income is being earned, at zero income. B we have as marginal propensity to save, marginal propensity to save. Then YD we have it as our disposable income. So this is how our consumption function can be related as. So therefore we shall run straight to an example. But there are some facts that you need to know about the consumption function. At the point, you find at the point our C would be Y is equal to C. This is the point whereby all that is earned is consumed. It will be equal to this. That is one of the main things that you need to know about the consumption function. So we shall have a question, a question talking about a student, because he is a potential consumer. Student of moves requires a student of moves. That is our number one. A student of moves. Student of moves requires 900,000 per month for his survival. Per month for his survival at zero earnings. His marginal propensity to save is 35%. His marginal propensity to save is 35% of his disposable income. If you're writing, you can write. So our number one is required. Our number one says his consumption function. His consumption function. When they ask you for the function of consumption, like if they ask me for for the function that I use to consume, I will say the consumption function is A plus B plus Y D. So my C will be equal to the A, the amount of expenditure I have when I have zero earnings. That is given by 900,000 plus our B, which is our marginal propensity to save, which is 35, but our B is marginal propensity to consume. Yeah, it is our marginal propensity to consume, but we have marginal propensity to save. So how do we find marginal propensity to consume? But you know, there is a point which says our disposable income is equal to C plus S. When you put this over YD, you get 1, you get M is equal to MPC plus MPS. So we want this now. So that means it will be 1 minus marginal propensity to save will give you marginal propensity to consume. So if you get 1 minus 0.35, you get 0.65 YD. This is our consumption function that we have. Our next question is his consumption expenditure forecast when his gross income is 400 per annum and a tax rate of 15%. His consumption forecast. Since our Roman 2, we have C is equal to A plus B YD. This one we have it, this one we have it, but we don't have this. So we need to first find out what is our disposable income since we need his consumption forecast. But you know, from our gross income that we are given is equal to, our gross income is equal to YD plus the tax. But what is the tax? The tax is what we don't know. Now, our gross income is this. Our gross income, the gross income of 400, yes, per annum. Let us first find the tax. What is the tax? The tax is always a percentage of the gross income. So, so that is 400, which is the gross income, times 15% over this will give you our tax is equal to 500. No, this is 60. Yeah, 6,000. Yeah, 6,000. That is our in shillings. We want this, so our YD will be given by. We want our YD, right? Our gross income is given. Gross income is given as 400,000 minus the tax, which is 6,000. Yeah, you need to calculate so well. Is it 6,000? It is cancelled. 1, 2, 3 plus 1, 0, 60,000. Sorry, it is 60,000. So this will give you our YD will be equal to 34,000. That is our YD. So therefore, as we are computing, so the forecast, his consumption expenditure forecast, when his gross income is 400, when his gross income is 400,000 per annum and a tax of 15%, it will be C is equal to, our A is 900,000. Yeah, 900,000 plus our B, which is 0.65 times our 34,000. Our C will give us calculators. This is 9,000 plus 0.65. You can pass me my calculator. You will get something. You can hold your calculators as you calculate. So this is 0.65 times 34,000. It will give us 221,000 plus 900. That's our 900. So this will give us our 1,121,000. So this is his consumption expenditure forecast, given a gross income of 400. So let us go to the next Roman. The next Roman says, the level of disposable income at which he will start saving. Remember, in the beginning, I gave you a good point of start where he will start saving. Our C will be equal to YD, but our C will be given as A plus B Y YD. Our C is given by 900 plus 0.65 YD. So they want the level of disposable income at which he would start saving. After being given this, we shall come and we can call this X. So equate X with, let's call this 2 X's, with two x's. So when we equate the both of them, we shall say c is equal to yeah, c is this, yeah. So we shall say, since they are all of the same, we shall equate this now. We shall equate x to this, which will give us 900,000 plus 0.65 yd is equal to yd. Now this will be taken this side, whereby we shall have 900,000 is equal to yd minus 0.65 yd. So our 900,000 will give us 0.35 yd over 0.35 over 0.35. So our disposable income at where he will start saving will be given by, when you divide amicably, it will be 900,000 divided by 0, 2 million. Is it 2 million or something? 2,571,428. It's the amount of money at which you will start saving. That's the amount of money at which you will start the saving. So that question is done. We're gonna look at another question, another strategic question that can be asked. We are on a consumption function. Another question that can be asked in this case, we have a student, I think he's Mr. Onyango says he requires 2 million. You can write Mr. Onyango. Question 2, Mr. Onyango, he requires 2 million to spend for his monthly survival at 0 earnings. So that means our A is 2 millions. And his marginal propensity to save is 20%. That means his marginal propensity to save, MPS, is given by 20% of his disposable income. What is the question? The question is Mr. Onyango's consumption function. The consumption function is given, solution is given by A plus B y D. Consumption function would be A, which is 0, 0, 0, 0 plus B. What is our B? Our B is our marginal propensity to consume. Marginal propensity to consume, which is the same as 1 minus marginal propensity to save. 1 minus 0.2. This is 0.8. This would be 0.8 y d. This is the consumption function. You can note it down. His consumption expenditure forecast. His consumption expenditure forecast is consumption expenditure forecast. Consumption expenditure forecast. Forecast when his disposable income, when YD is equal to 1 million to 1 million, like that. So his consumption will be A plus B YD, which is the same as C is equal to, here we had 2 million, yes, plus 0.8 times 1,200,000. Calculators in action. So shall have a given amount of money, which is 2 million, plus 0.8 times 1 million, like that, plus 2 million. This will give us 2.960,000 as his consumption forecast when his disposable income is 1.2. Let us go to the next Roman. His gross income. We are being asked his gross income now, right now. We want his gross income. Why? You know, gross income is equal to the YD plus the tax. But we observe that we don't have the YD. How do we get the YD? When his consumption, his gross income, if the level of his consumption, but let us first find the YD. And here we are given that, assume that the tax rate is 20%. So that means the tax is 0.2 of Y, because you always tax the gross income. So our tax will be equaling to 0.2 Y, but we don't have this now. Let us look for the YD. From C is equal to 0 is equal to our consumption expenditure is given first, which is 950. From C is equal to A plus DYD. Our A is given as 200. Is it 200,000? It is 2 million. It's given as 2 million plus our 0.8 YD. We want YD at this time. So what do we do? Is it 2 million? I think there was a mistake done. It is 200,000. Sorry guys, it is 200,000. So this will be, if we have this minus this, it will give us 750. Yeah, kind of 750,000 is equal to 0.8 YD. So our disposable income will be given by over 0.8 over 0.8. 750 divided by 0.8. So our disposable income will be given by 937,500. This is the disposable income. So after that, we are going to find the gross income that they want. So our gross income from here, our Y will be equal to the disposable, which is 937,000, yeah, plus 0.2 Y. So we shall bring this side, which will give us Y minus 0.2. Y is equal to 937. So this is the same as 0.8. Y is equal to 937 shillings. 0.8 over 0.8. So Y will be given as, calculators, divided by 0.8. You will get an answer. It's like 1.171,875 shillings. That is our gross income. So guys, thank you for your time. Subscribe, like, share to your friends, and things will be fine. You will catch up. These things are relevant in our daily life, but we neglect them so much. You need to put your daily life in calculations and mathematical expressions, so everything will always go well. So thank you so much, and thank God for everything that is happening.